Gafunk. Oh, hi everybody. It's me, Steve, the Backsman Baxley, and welcome to our little show of shows. That, being, of course, there we are. That, of course, being the Last Call Cafe. No. What do we call this? Oh yeah. Welcome everybody to Steve's Sporty Balls, where we bring you sports with a little comedic twist and turn and just try to have fun with things. Glad you could be with us tonight. We've got the long awaited conclusion to week one of the new USFL. And if that's not enough, we got the rest of the day in sports. So if you're ready, I am. We just did the latest edition of the L2C for Spreaker. And well, it's great that you showed up there. Uno the cat, if you can't see her. There is a reason we don't have a light on her until now. There she is. There she is, right there. Say hi, Uno. Yep. There she is. Now the light go bye-bye. Anyway, let's get to it. The scoreboard, as always, presented in part and with great heart by our friends at Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. And with that, we tell you, as always, that we are Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. And if you need a little help, if you don't know your limits, kids, well, we can give you that help. Actually, the folks who can are the National Council on Problem Gambling and the National Problem Gambling Helpline Network at 1-800-522-4700, 1-800-522-4700. Call them today. You'll feel a lot better. All right. Let's get to it. Let's go hit some balls, shall we? Okay, we got two games still going on right now. The top of the ninth inning, Athletics lead the Orioles 5-1. And in the top of the seventh, it is the Dodgers up on the Braves 6-4. Right now, let's hit some finals, shall we? Minnesota Twins beat the Boston Red Sox by a score of 8-2. Give the group here. All right. Twins beat the Red Sox 8-3, 8-9-0 for the Twins, 3-11-0 for the Red Sox. Winning pitcher was Bundy for the Twins. He has a record now of 2-0. Hill gets lost for the Red Sox. He goes to 0-1. Milwaukee Brewers beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-1, 6-6-0 for the Brews. 1-8-0 for the Pirates. Winning pitcher was Lauer. He's got his first win as a Brewer. Thompson got his first loss as a Pirate. Chicago Cubs doing it again. This time they whopped the Ways. They beat the Rays. Thank you. Mind not working tonight. Cubs beat the Rays 4-2, 4-7-0 for the Cubs, 2-6-1 for the Rays. Thompson gets the win for the Cubs. That's his second. And Adam gets his first loss for the Rays. That's his first. And Robertson gets his fourth save for the Cubbies this season. Yay. Okay, let's keep going here. Houston Astros beat the Los Angeles Angels. I'm getting used to that. By a score of 8-3, 8-9-0 for the Stros, 3-6-0 for the Angels. Garcia, the winner for the Astros, he's 1-0. Lorenzen, loser for the Angels, he's 1-1. Colorado Rockies beat the Philadelphia Phillies 4-1, 4-9-0 for the Rocks, 1-5-0 for the Phils. Cole gets the win, his first as a Rocky. Nola gets stuck with the loss for the Phillies. He's 1-2, and Colomb gets his first save for the Rockies this season. San Diego Padres return to the win column. They beat the Cincinnati Reds 4-1, 4-7-0 for the Pods, 1-6-0 for the Reds. Manea gets the win. He's 2-1 for the Pods. Lodolo gets a loss, his second for the Reds, and Rogers gets his fifth save for the Padres. That's right. 3 games postponed due to weather. White Sox and Cleveland Guardians, Arizona Diamondbacks, Washington Nationals, and because it's the northeastern, or is that northwestern? The what do they call the big storm? The nor'easter. Thank you. The Mets and Giants also postponed due to the nor'easter that is supposedly going to be hitting that area and areas that surround it. All right. Here we just had a piddle of snow. Just a piddle. And that's what it wound up to be. A piddle. A pathetic piddle. Okay, we go from the majors to the minors. Let's hit it. And I think the minors didn't have much to hit on. AAA, AA, high A, and single A all had the night off. So there you go. Not much happening in baseball for the minor leagues. Major leagues took care of that. All right, let's keep going and go from the baseball to, that's right, the hardwood. That is a basketball, and we're in a playoff fever right now, so let's give it to you straight. In Game 2 of the 76ers-Raptors series, the 76ers beat the Raptors 112-97 to take a 2-0 lead in their series. The Dallas Mavericks lost to the Utah Jazz. No, correction. Dallas Mavericks beat the Utah Jazz to tie up their series at 1 apiece, 110-104. And the Warriors, Golden State Warriors, took care of the Denver Nuggets 126-106 to lead in their series 2-0. Ooh, you know what this means? Might be an elimination in the Warriors-Nuggets game. But we shall find out, won't we? Yes, indeed. We will find out shortly or sooner. By the way, we didn't report on the G League, but we must do so. Let us see who indeed won the G League finale, as we will do so now. As we do so now. Okay. The winner for the new G League champion are the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. They defeated the Delaware Bluecoats 131-114. So congratulations to the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, your G League, your 2022 G League champions. Ole. 2021-2022 G League champs. There we go. Okay. We got time for a little bit of college baseball. We should. I think we do. So we'll just give you some. Okay, like for example, Gonzaga beat Oregon State 13-6. Baylor beat Lamar 5-1. McNeese defeated Sam Houston 8-4. Loyola Maryland defeated UNLV 16-12. Kansas State defeated Wichita State 12-1. Arizona over Creighton 6-0. Iowa over Minnesota 9-3. Oops, excuse me. That was Sunday. So, okay, we got here. Say Arizona and Creighton 6-0. So, we got it. We got it in. Yay. Okay. We continue on. We go from the I guess you can say, strange world of college baseball. And we go over now to hockey. So let's get the hockey and then we'll get to the headlines. Hey, Nancy, first day of work. Might as well say it. For those of you who are asking, um, yeah, I went to my job, cab driver, today, and I found out that the boss must have plumb forgot because he had already set up the schedule without calling me, and said that he will that this week my shift, the third shift, which is if I'm not mistaken 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. He's already scheduled it with two other cabbies, so I'm that's okay. He'll call me. It's supposed to be full-time job, so I mean I understand, but it would have been nice to be notified, but that's okay. I will give the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully next week will be the official week that I will have some work, because if not, then I don't know what to do next, but I got to do something. So I chose this on a whim, and they told me I had the job. I signed the contract. The deal was made, and now I wait again. Not complaining or anything, because I know sometimes you overdo things and gotta let someone sit down and just relax. So I'm gonna I'm gonna sit down, but I'm not going to relax. I'm going to start doing some things around this place, get it normal, or as normal as it will ever get. But thank you, Nancy, for asking. Um, I'm going to treat this like a teachable moment, and we shall press on with some things. Anyway, we'll talk more about that before we leave the air tonight. One game in the NHL still in progress, 9:40 remaining in the game regulation time. Vancouver Canucks over the Dallas Stars, 5-2. Final scores. The show went very well. We're back on Sundays, by the way, at 11 o'clock. We go live to tape with both shows, and then I do this at midnight. Yay. Calgary Flames beat the Chicago Blackhawks by a score of 5-2. Coleman for Calgary, 1 goal, 1 assist. Gaudreau for Calgary, 2 goals, and Regula for Chicago, 1 goal. Washington Capitals beat the Colorado Avalanche 3-2. Johansson for Washington, 1 goal. Makar, Colorado, 1 assist. And Byram for Colorado, 1 assist. Carolina Hurricanes over the Arizona Coyotes, 5-3. Domi for Carolina, 1 goal, 1 assist. Niederreiter for Carolina, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Capo Bianco for Arizona, 2 assists. New Jersey Devils beat the Golden Knights of Vegas 3-2. Hammond for New Jersey, 42 saves. Bastian for New Jersey, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Theodore for Vegas, 1 assist. And finally, the Seattle Kraken shut down the Ottawa Senators 4-2. Rask for Seattle, 1 goal, 1 assist. Quinn for Seattle. No, Dunn, excuse me. Dunn for Seattle, 3 assists. And Beniers for Seattle, 1 goal. So there you go on that side of darkness. Let's now go for a little bit of minor league hockey, shall we? We shallst indeed. Yes, indeed. We shallst. Where do we go from here? I think I know where we go from here. There we are. Let's go to the American Hockey League and get you updated on what's been a wild and wacky wacky little fiesta dance as their playoffs continue. And let's get you into the score zone here. And here we go. One game to report on. The Belleville Senators beat the Laval Rocket 4-1. Tomorrow we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games for Tuesday that we'll report on. All right. Well, we did the incredible. Now let's do even more than that. We go now to the Big O, as in the Ontario Hockey League. And we'll give you some score. Oh, there were no. Oh, hello. Can we, let's see, 18th? Nope, no games on the 18th. They'll be doing games on the 21st. So the Ontario Hockey League is done for us. Let's go to the ECHL, the ECHL, of course, used to be called the East Coast Hockey League. Now they just go by their initials. I have no idea why, but hey, it is their world. We're just lucky to be in it. And why do I get the feeling we don't have any scores? No, because they get back into action on April 30th. April 20th and 21st. Okay. That's nice, that's nice. That's a very nice, that is nice. Okay. Let's get to the next portion of our little walk around. That is the Southern Professional Hockey League, or the Spiel. We'll play that and get to our final little hockey game. I don't think, nope. They're back in action on Wednesday, April the 20th. So we're down to one more little friendly league. Of course, we all know what that is. That's the FIPL, the Frontier Professional Hockey League. And we got a little slow thing here, so bear witness and bear with us as things begin to take flight. There we go. Let's go to the Federal Prospects Hockey League. See if we had any games on Monday. If we do, we'll bring you to the scores as we hit the button. And they will be back on April 19th. Their playoffs, April 19th, yes. Yep. April 19th, the playoffs continue with 2 games on Tuesday and on Wednesday. So we will be a busy little beaver then. So we are done with the magic of hockey, our hockey segments. Man, let's get funky with the with some big time news in sport. So here we go. Duke star center Mark Williams announced Monday that he is declaring for the NBA draft after a standout sophomore season with the Blue Devils. Williams earned ACC Defensive Player of the Year honors while helping the Blue Devils reach and win the ACC regular season title and reach the Final Four. Williams is considered a likely first-round draft pick, a potential lottery pick after averaging 11.2 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 2.8 blocks per game in just 23.6 minutes per contest. The former 5-star prospect blossomed in his second season with the Blue Devils and put his development on display in the NCAA tournament. During Duke's 5-game stay in the Big Dance, Williams averaged 13.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 3.2 blocks per game, while shooting an eye-catching 80.6% from the field. Williams' offensive effectiveness near the rim stands out, but his defensive acumen is a huge part of what makes him a potential Pro. Williams ranked fifth among all Division I men's college basketball players in the 2021-2022 season with 110 blocks. Okay, and oh boy, as if the NFL hasn't been too busy with controversy, there's a big one brewing. The league is looking into some big-time accusations. That's right, the NFL is investigating the Cleveland Browns for alleged tanking that took place during the 2016 and 2017 seasons. In a report from Sports Illustrated, former SEC chair Mary Jo White is leading the investigation, which is, quote, expected to conclude soon, end quote, an NFL spokesperson wrote in an emailed statement to Sports Illustrated. White is also in charge of investigating Brian Flores' claims that he was offered $100,000 per loss from Miami Dolphins owner Stephen Ross during the 2019 season. Once Flores' lawsuit became public, former Browns head coach Hugh Jackson suggested that he was paid by Cleveland to tank. Browns owner Jimmy Haslam vehemently denied the claim, and Jackson later walked back his comments in a February interview with Anderson Cooper of CNN. Now, a Brown spokesperson gave the statement on the investigation to SI. Quote, even though Hugh recanted his allegations a short time after they were made, it was important to us and the integrity of the game to have an independent review of the allegations. We welcomed an investigation, and we are confident the results will show, as we previously stated, that these allegations are categorically false. We have fully cooperated with Mary Jo White and look forward to the findings, end quote. Jackson went 336-1 during his time with the Browns, including a 1-31 mark from 2016 to 2017. He was fired in the middle of the 2018 season after going 2-5-1. When Sports Illustrated reached out to Jackson for comment, he said, quote, 2 years ago, I tried to do this the right way through the bylaws and constitution of the NFL to ask them to investigate the Cleveland Browns for all the allegations that I made. So I open an investigation now. End quote. Why indeed? And we continue on our merry little chase. We may end the show early. Marcus Smart has been named the 2021-2022 NBA Defensive Player of the Year, the league announced on Monday. On Sunday, Smart, Phoenix Suns wing Mikal Bridges, and Utah center Rudy Gobert were named finalists for the award. Smart won a fairly close race by taking home 37 first-place votes. Bridges earned 22. Gobert got 12. Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo got 13, and Memphis Grizzlies forward Jaren Jackson Jr. got 10. Now, Smart was one of the catalysts for Boston's number one ranked defense this season. The Celtics allowed 106.2 points per 100 possessions this season, but since January 1st, that number fell to 105.2 as Boston adjusted to new coach Ime Udoka. The Celtics, after starting the season 23-24, finished with the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference thanks to a 27-7 stretch keyed by their defense. Oops, hit the wrong button. Now we get it. So, who's going to be in the newest, who's going to be the new foursome battling it out in the match golf event this June? Well, there goes. With Phil Mickelson serving as the common denominator for the first several versions of the match franchise, but seemingly in golf exile over comments regarding the Saudi Arabia-backed Super League a few months ago, the quarterbacks are taking over the franchise. It'll be the old guard versus the new guard on June 1st at the Wynn Golf Club in Las Vegas as Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers pair up against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Brady and Rodgers are not new to the match. Brady teamed with Mickelson in the second edition of the event in 2020 against Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods. They then teamed up again last year against Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers in Montana. Brady's team lost both events. Rogers, who is probably the best pure golfer out of the group, has appeared at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am in the past. Mahomes and Allen are relatively new to the televised golf circuit, though Mahomes has been a fixture on the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship at Lake Tahoe, and Allen teamed up with Keith Mitchell this year at Pebble Beach. When the match was first held on Thanksgiving in 2019, it seemed if there would be an event centered around Woods versus Mickelson. Even when other celebrity athletes like Stephen Curry, Charles Barkley, and a variety of quarterbacks were added to the mix, the allure of 21 major championships from Woods and Mickelson carried the day. However, last Thanksgiving, the first iteration without Woods or Mickelson took place when DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka squared off. Mickelson was on the broadcast for that one, though, and it still felt like the day was about him, given his commentary throughout the event. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. The match has been both an entertainment and seemingly an economic success, according to Golf Digest. The event has raised over $33 million for charity, but again, this will be the first one without a multi-time major champion. That could actually be a benefit. Competition aspect, as these four quarterbacks are similarly talented. They're also extraordinarily popular and will certainly draw a massive audience. So good luck. And of course, the match will air on TNT sometime in June. Wah wah. All right, let's keep going. Then we go to the international sports, and then we take our final bows for the night. Another day, another dose of big-name drama in the NFL. Just over a week after Stephon Diggs landed a lucrative extension with the Bills, three other star wide receivers are angling for new deals, with Deebo Samuel, A.J. Brown, and Terry McLaurin reportedly prepared to sit out their respective teams' offseason programs, absent those long-term deals. So what's next? Why is this happening? Simple. Money. They want more of it. They're afraid they might get less of it. So good luck to them all. And we wish everyone well as we draw ever closer to the NFL, NFL's 2022 season reveal. That's right, because in May, they reveal the schedule for this year's NFL season. So that'll be nice to know. Okay, and finally, the USFL had their final Week 1 football game after the weather delay turned into a weather cancellation. So the conclusion of Week 1 of the 2022 USFL rebirth was pushed into Monday as the Sunday matchup between the Maulers of Pittsburgh and the Tampa Bay Bandits from Birmingham, Alabama, was postponed due to weather. It gave football fans an off-season taste of Monday Night Football, and the Bandits escaped with a 17-3 victory. Tampa Bay jumped out to a quick lead and didn't look back. Sparked by number 2 overall pick, quarterback Jordan Ta'amu, Tampa Bay went 68 yards on 8 plays on its first drive, and B.J. Emmons punched it in from 3 yards out for the first score of the game. Ta'amu later found Jordan Lashley for his first USFL touchdown toward the end of the second quarter to push the lead to 17. In all, he completed 18 of 30 passes for 164 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. The Maulers started slow but rebounded in the second half to put some good things on tape. Both quarterbacks in Josh Love and Kyle Lauletta played, but Love got the majority of the reps. He finished Week 1 completing 9 of 16 passes for 121 yards. This offense never got into the rhythm, though, and went 0 for 3 in the red zone. And there you go. Next week, I do believe, the Bandits will serve as the home team against the 1-0 New Orleans Breakers this Sunday at 3. As for the Maulers, they'll serve as the visitors to the 0-1 Philadelphia Stars Saturday at noon. We'll give you all the details in that tomorrow on tomorrow night's Sporty Balls. Okay, so we got all that. You know what's left to do? That's right. our international section. And boy, boy, we're going to do this with pride and no prejudice. That's right. And here we go. Can we lower that down just a little bit? Thanks. In championship soccer, Huddersfield Town over Middlesbrough, 2-0. Peterborough over Barnsley, 2-0. Stoke City over Blackburn Rovers, 1-0. Blackpool over Birmingham City, 6-1. Luton Town over Cardiff City, 1-0. Bournemouth over Coventry City, 3-0. Millwall, a 2-1 winner over Hull City. Queen's Park Rangers, a 1-0 winner over Derby County. Reading and Swansea City were fundamental in a 4-4 tie. Likewise, Bristol City and Sheffield, but their tie was 1-1. And Nottingham Forest beat West Bromwich Albion 4-0. In other little psychotic news, let's see here. In Irish Premier Division action, it was Bohemians 4, Shelbourne 1, St. Patrick's Athletic over UCD 2-1. Sligo Rovers over Finn Harps 1-0. Shamrock Rovers over Dundalk 1-0. And Drogheda United and Derry City 1-1. In Spanish La Liga action, it was Cadiz over Barcelona 1-0. Italian Series A, Napoli over and Roma tied at 1. Hellas Verona beat Atalanta 2-1. And in the Greek Superliga, it was Giannina losing to Athens 3-2. And in the Turkish Super League, it was Galatasaray over Malatyaspor 2-0. Okay. I think we're going to do it. Okay, so let's get you to a little live sport jam fest. That's right. And we're going to say hi and hello to some soccer action. Italy, Roma, and Napoli tied at 1. Verona beat Atalanta, as we said, 2-1. Cadiz beat Barcelona 1-0 in the La Liga. All right, let's go now to playoffs. Extraliga in Czech Republic. Trinek over Sparta Prague 4-1. In the relegation, in the Extraliga relegation. Relegation. That means losers have to go to a lower class area. Kladno defeated Jehalva 4-1. In the Swedish playoffs, it was Farjad over Rogel 2-1. Let's boop that. Okay, we've done that. Los Angeles leads the Atlanta Braves now 7-4 in the 8th inning. In cricket, the Rajan Royals defeated the Kolkata Knight Riders by 7 runs, 217 to 210. There you go. And that's your cricket. And we got a little time, so let's give you a little bit from the media world, or the sports media world, I should say. We punched the right button, and there we go. And there it is, our only media report that we got, because we've already done one media bit. Oops, we hit the wrong button, guys. Hit the wrong button. There we go. This should be now the button that we push. Okay, late on Friday night, Sports Business Journal's John Alron dropped a bomb that, largely because of the timing of the scoop, somehow flew under the radar of fans and media nerds and geeks alike. Alron's article mostly focused on the odd setup of the Big Ten rights negotiation process. There, the conference has opted to not retain a media consultant to help with the process, common for other conferences. and instead has had Fox executives Mark Silverman and Larry Jones help to evaluate potential broadcast partners. This odd setup was allegedly the same back when the conference last went through this process in 2016. When actuality, and for, as they like to call it, full disclosure, Fox Sports holds a majority stake in the Big Ten network, along with, of course, the Big Ten Conference. Now, essentially, since Fox owns the majority of the BTN, and BTN actually owns all the rights and then sells the more premium rights to other networks before keeping the lower tier rights for themselves, the pair of Fox executives are serving as Fox's BTN reps. It's complicated and weird, and I'm sure the non Fox executives pitching the Big Ten really hate it, but hey, cooperation. But the much more interesting nugget from this article was that Fox has actually reached an extension with the conference beyond their current contract, which expires after the 2022-2023 sports season, albeit with details to be determined. And that means that while the specifics of the new deal are not set, not even Big Ten or Fox executives know how many games that package will have, as the conference still is trying to sell one, two, or possibly three more packages to other suitors. The number of games going to Fox is dependent on how the conference structures these other packages. The conference expects to award these packages by Memorial Day. Fox will have the main package, and its deal will feature at least as many games as its current deal. Probably more. Under its current agreement, Fox carries 27 Big Ten football games each season. So far, traditional media companies, CBS, NBC, and ESPN, have taken meetings with the Big Ten and Fox Sports. Now, to understand this deal and its to be determined details, you need to understand what happened the last time the Big Ten sold their Tier 1 rights. That was back in 2016. Before that, those rights were previously all held by ESPN, minus a very small basketball package that CBS holds. Now, in April of 2016, Arand reported that Fox had reached a landmark deal acquiring about half of the Big Ten's available media rights, again, not counting the lower tier rights BTN keeps. And it's not a bad little two-bit cha-cha. 2 months later, it was reported that ESPN would retain the other half of the available Big Ten rights. Fox ended up paying $240 million a year for their half, which included the Big Ten championship game and the first regular season game selected every year, which they've used for Ohio State versus Michigan in every year. ESPN ended up paying $190 million a year, with almost the entirety of that $50 million a year difference being the conference championship game and the OSU versus Michigan game. One big takeaway from that round of negotiations was that Fox was no longer just dabbling in broadcasting college football, something that had ebbed and flowed in the decade before. Another was the Big Ten didn't make this a long-term deal, instead choosing to get back in line to renegotiate their deals ahead of the Big 12 and Pac-12. Both have deals that expire later. The Pac-12 is up after the 2023-24 season, with the Big 12's up after the 24-25 season. Back to the present, Oran's article from Friday also had an interesting note as to how much the Fox deal is still to be figured out and the timing of which just might. And as we told you, it's expected that the other packages will be awarded on Memorial Day. So if you're following along, we are in the exact time scenario like 2016. Fox secured their half of the deal first, and just like in 2016, may actually add even more to what they've already secured. Everyone else now has a handful of weeks to dazzle the Big Ten for all or parts of the remaining half. Unlike the Fox half, the Big Ten has decided to bring those rights to market, whereas any network can bid on them, and there's understandably a lot of interest. What's a bit more different this time around is that in 2016, it seemed inevitable that ESPN was going to grab the second half of the package, with Fox hovering, ready to gobble it up like a significant other with a clean plate, looking at the remaining food on your plate. ESPN didn't let that happen, obviously. But this time around, it's totally different. And part of that is about less households having cable and more households using streaming services. The likes of CBS, NBC, Turner, Amazon, Apple, and ESPN are all very much in play here this time around. And unlike 2016, we may see more than just Fox and another company get a piece of Big Ten rights. As noted from the piece, it's possible even 3 other companies could wind up with Big Ten packages. So we'll just see what happens. And with that, we come to, let's see. Let's do this one here. Maybe there's something about this remote broadcasting deal that has a downside to it. The Angels and Bally Sports have gone with a unique broadcast setup this year, choosing Matt Vissergian as their lead play-by-play voice, even though he's based on the East Coast. The experiment has gotten off to a rocky start thanks to various technical issues that come with not only broadcasting games remotely, but broadcasting them with the actual broadcasters not calling games together. It's one thing to have Vissergian and partner Mark Gubicza calling games together off-site somewhere. That's bad enough and leads to problems, but having them separate and off-site has led to viral moments already, like a botched home run call over the weekend. Oops, Vissergian knew this. He even went on record with the Athletic Sam Bloom in a piece published last night calling it embarrassing. I'm embarrassed when I miss a home run call, and nobody wears that harder than me, and we got to reload the page. I hate when that happens. Where were we? Yeah, I'm embarrassed when I miss a home run call. Nobody wears that harder than me. It's like the worst thing that you can do in this business. It stinks for the fans. It stinks for the guy that hit it. It stinks for me, and everybody likes to make fun of the guy that gets something wrong. Now, Bloom's piece is a thorough examination of the issues with how the Angels and Bally Sports have chosen to approach this season, and it's absolutely worth reading. What everything comes down to, though, is that the technology just isn't there to make this sort of setup feasible. Even the Manning cast, as well done as it was, highlighted the delays and timing issues that could come up with 2 people discussing the same game from different locations. It's close enough to make the people in charge of spending money think it is in an effort to cut costs at the expense of quality, which is the problem. As Bloom notes, there's already a pivot to send the backup crew. Vissergian can't call every game due to his work with the MLB Network and other duties on the road to Houston. Baseball's entire revenue model is now essentially built on their broadcast product. Yes, ticket sales and in-stadium spending are still valuable to ownership, but the entire sport is reliant on broadcasting rights remaining valuable. Hopefully, the Angels and Bally Sports get it figured out quickly, one way or another. And we agree wholeheartedly. Okay, that is going to indeed wrap. Oh, we got one more. One more little sports nugget. The NFL draft coverage plans have been announced. We're only a week and a half away from the NFL draft, which runs from April 28th to 30th in Las Vegas. The big note for ESPN and ESPN viewers, Adam Schefter will not be a part of the coverage due to his son's college graduation, while Mel Kiper Jr. tweeted that he will not be on site and will join remotely due to his vaccination status. On the main ESPN broadcast, Mike Greenberg will host for the first 2 nights, joined by Louis Riddick, Booger McFarland, and, of course, Mel Kiper Jr., while Chris Mortensen will work as the broadcast's primary reporter. 4 other ESPN reporters will be embedded with teams: Jeff Darlington with the Chiefs, Kimberly A. Martin with the Jets, Sal Palantonio with the Eagles, no shit, Diana Rossini with the Giants, Susie Colbert handling interviews, and Laura Rutledge covers the Green Room. The first 2 nights will also air on ABC, again, no shit. Focusing on the backstory and journey of the draftees, Reese Davis hosted Thursday and Friday coverage from ABC's main set, with Sam Ponder and Jesse Palmer hosting from the secondary set. Todd McShay, Desmond Howard, Kirk Herbstreit joining Davis, with Robert Griffin III joining Ponder and Palmer. Pete Thamel also serves as a reporter on the broadcast, and on Saturday's coverage, It'll be a simulcast with ABC and ESPN. Davis will host, joined by McShay and Riddick on site and Kuiper remotely. NFL draft coverage will also be available on ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio, and on ESPN's digital platform. ESPN will also air studio shows from Vegas prior to the draft, including NFL Live, College Game Day, Get Up, First Take, and the Paul Feinbaum Show. Additionally, the NFL Draft will air on the NFL Network, and their coverage plans will be announced soon. That's your Media Bites, and that is it for us on a very eventful, well, somewhat eventful night in the realm of sports, and we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. I know I did. I hope everybody else was. There we go. We have to shut. Thank you. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up for us. We thank you, as always, for hi there. We thank you, as always, for tuning in, and we hope you'll do it again as we will return to the airwaves tomorrow, back at our regular time at 11:30. It's actually 11:35. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. I'm the Baxman, Steve Baxley, saying good night, everybody, from all of us here. And always remember, keep your sporty balls nice and shiny and huge and full. Good night, everybody.